Welcome to the Minno-ette Podcast, Episode 2. My name is Emily Manning, and I manage the Friedenberg Minno-ette, and I'm here with my father, Jason.
Hello, Emery.
Hello.
Here it is on the other side of the Minnesota fishing opener, and since you're a seasoned veteran, how did we, as brand new owners of the legendary Minno-ette, do?
From Friedenberg, Minnesota, the Minno-ette Podcast.
I thought that opener went great, honestly. It was a lot less congested in there, and I just feel like that was kind of because we had pushed people to get their licenses earlier. So I thought that helped a lot just with all the traffic in there. It was definitely busy. Tiggs being there was awesome. I ate a lot of good food. I know everyone else there, all of the staff at the Minno were just stoked about the food. They thought it was amazing as well.
Yeah, it was wonderful to have those folks there. They brought in a lot of people, and we appreciate Tig and his crew because they are incredible, and we'll have them back every single opener if they'll let us have them back. I hope they didn't think it was a complete hot mess. Did you know I called Brianna once a hot mess?
Ooh.
I didn't know that hot mess meant... Well, it's a very derogatory term. I thought hot mess was like a Carrie Bradshaw from Sex and the City, like, oh my gosh, I'm a fabulous hot mess. And so she was being chaotic one day, and she goes, oh, this, that. And I said, baby, you're a hot mess. And she looked at me with daggers, and I knew I'd done something wrong. So hopefully Tiggs didn't think we were a hot mess. I thought we kept it pretty well under control.
I thought so too, and I'm pretty sure they were sold out of most of their stuff by like 3:30, 4 o'clock. So I would say that they did pretty well, hopefully.
Yeah,
that motivates them to come back.
They were scheduled to be there noon to 5. They opened up at noon sharp, and by 3 o'clock they were out of food. So thank you to everybody that stopped by and patronized Tiggs, and of course patronized us at the Minno-ette. We went through a lot of bait. So on the other side of the fishing opener, people always want to know, how did people do? So what did you hear?
Well, I heard that people have just been catching northerns like crazy. I've heard from multiple people that they went out and they, caught a few other things here and there, but they caught 25 to 50 northern throughout the day.
We had that one gentleman come in, and he was buying the heavy pike, the biggest suckers we have right now. We'll have decoys a little bit later on in the year for the muskie fishermen, but he was in three times to get his heavy pike. He kept refilling them because he was catching northern after northern after northern. He did get a couple walleyes in there. They're all in the slot, so he couldn't keep them. But the fish were biting for some people, and some people, you could say this about any opener.
By the way, I just wanted to thank everyone in the community for their patience while our bathroom is under construction. The
plan was to have the bathroom completely remodeled and finished by the opener, but as they say, the best laid plans, I forget the rest of the saying, we'll just put ellipses after that, but it doesn't always go according to plan. So we had the Biffy out to the side of the building. We did our best to keep it clean. People were very understanding. And when these bathrooms are done, and they're close, we brought the Minno-ette to the 21st century. Now when you have to flush, you don't have to touch anything. You just wave your hand in front of a doohickey, and it takes care of it. You want to wash your hands, you wave your hand in front of a doohickey, the water comes out. And the same with the soap and everything else. And it's ADA compliant.
As a bathroom attendant at the Minno-ette, I have to say I'm very grateful for this upgrade.
Yeah, so we appreciate everybody's patience when it comes to that aspect, but it's going to be nice when it's done, which is just a couple days away.
Something that is up and running now are our brand new bait tanks. They are kick-ass. I don't know if I can say that. Maybe just throw a bleep in there. They're awesome. I think it's so cool to be able to see the minnows. I know the kids just love it. It's fun. I love it.
We may have taken a financial loss over the weekend with the number of little kids that came up, and they wanted a pet minnow. And we got a couple of tadpoles in the mix, too, when you get bait from your supplier. I'll bet you 10 times I went and grabbed a cup, and I fished out a minnow, a big one, small one, a tadpole for the kids so they could take a little pet away.
Awesome.
And really, that's it's really cool to see. Kids really get into it. And you can see your bait. You can see what you're getting. It's lively. It's right there.
Sure.
It's almost like going and picking out your lobster at the Red Lobster.
Exactly. Yeah.
Actually, it's nothing like that.
Wow.
Well, you kind of get what I'm going with, though.
Yeah.
But they look good, and they're up and running. So fresh bait, happy bait. It'll catch fish. Certain conditions apply at the Minno-ette.
And we'll do our best to keep everything that we can stocked. We were able to maintain our shiners and leeches and crawlers throughout the opener, and I'm hoping that we can do that throughout the entire summer.
Just one thing on the bait, and I'm going to bring this up because selling live bait is... You're still selling live bait, and once in a while you get a bad batch. And we had a person come in and say, hey, I got some crawlers. It was a bad batch. And once in a while, when you're doing the sheer amount of bait that we do, you get a bad batch sometimes. And we try our best to stay on top of it. But if you ever get some bait from us and it's not up to snuff, you bring it back. We will give you your money back. We will replace the bait.
For sure.
We will never give you a hard time about that. We just want to make sure that you get what you pay for.
As long as we're talking about bait, I just thought that maybe we should run through our current bait selections. So currently for minnows, we have crappies, chubs, light pike, light northern, and shiners. And then we also have leeches and crawlers for live bait.
Yeah, our leech supplier is really good, and as we get a little bit deeper into the spring and summer, we'll start getting the big jumbo leeches in. But the leeches are healthy right now, and we have plenty of them. And same with the shiners. We have a couple of different pipelines for shiners, and we know that that can be a tough one to keep, and I'm not going to promise we'll have them all summer long, but we have multiple suppliers, so we're going to do our best to keep them in stock all year. With that said, you've been working your tail off ordering groceries and overseeing the operations at the Minno-ette, but you have had an opportunity to get out and do some fishing because, listen, as manager of the legendary Friedenberg Minno-ette, part of your job description is to be on the water so you can give accurate fishing reports. And you've been doing particularly well over the past couple of days. I keep getting pictures from you, and I'm not going to lie. I look at Brianna, I start cursing up and down and saying bad things. Okay, I don't do that. I'm actually beaming with pride. You've done really well with walleye lately.
Yeah, I set my personal best 2 days in a row here.
Yeah, you did.
I have to thank Emily Connor for sure because she took me out and showed me a
cornbread. Our cornbread.
Yes, our cornbread.
We miss
little
her.
honey hole. Yeah, we do.
So you had a 22-inch the other day.
And then a 25-inch walleye. And yesterday, also when I caught that thing, I had a hook break off while I was bringing a fish to the boat. And about 30 minutes later, I tied on the same color hook and threw it back out there and then caught the same fish that still had the hook in its mouth, which I thought was crazy.
Bonus, you got the hook back.
Exactly, yeah.
So that... serendipitous, you know what that is? That's clean living. When karma's playing you a little hand like that, that's clean living is what it is. Memorial Day is coming up very, very soon. So this was our first opener, and as owners, Brianna and I are looking at Memorial Day, and everybody's saying, storms are coming. It's going to be busy from what I understand.
Yeah, we are ready to welcome all the people coming up to stay at their cabins for the summer. There's a lot of locals that we just love having around during that time since we only get to see them for such a brief, Minnesota summers are short. We're really excited.
So as we head into Memorial Day, we'll be stocked up with tackle, with bait, with gas, premium for your boats and side-by-sides and ATVs. What am I missing? Groceries, snacks, pop, all that good stuff. And we are working on the liquor store. I think I can safely say that the liquor store is going to be a thing. We are in the very early stages of punching a door into a section of the store because the Minnesota state law dictates you have to have a separate entrance, separate point of sale. So we're going to take a part of the store, block that off for the liquor store. And then it's a good thing I played a lot of Tetris as a kid because I'm going to have to figure out where in the world am I going to put all that stuff that's sitting in that area of the store already. But we will figure it out.
It's going to be interesting, but we'll get her done.
Well, I'm wondering, do you have a special interest in the liquor store now? Because in just 2 days, my little girl, my firstborn, apple of my eye, all that stuff, turns 21 years old. You're blushing. Why are you blushing?
I don't don't know. You don't have to make a big deal out of it.
That's a big deal to me.
Oh,
It just
jeez.
makes me feel old. So you're going to take some well-earned vacation coming up. You'll be spending your 21st birthday down in Florida seeing an old friend and hanging out on the beach, so good for you.
Thank you. I'm so excited.
Are you going to do any fishing in Florida?
Absolutely.
Are you? What are you going to
Yes.
do? You're going to do ocean fishing? Are you going to...
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yep, I thought about fishing the ponds, but I think I'm just going to stick to the ocean because then I can just throw a PVC pipe in the beach and, just let it go.
Kick back on the beach?
Exactly.
You're going to have a coldie?
Well, I mean, obviously.
You're going to be legal.
My first one.
Your first one ever?
Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
I knew that you were pure as the driven snow
right.
going into your 21st birthday. Ooh, one thing I want to mention is our Facebook page. We have a new website that's up and running.
Yes.
Check it out. Minno-ette.com. That's it, right? Minno-ette.com.
Minno-ette.com.
This is information I should probably know. Along with that, our Facebook page, which we stay very active on, we're encouraging people to post pictures of anything that you catch because we have our Minnow Wall of Fame at the store, which is a TV screen, and we just flash pictures of fish that folks have caught here in the area lakes so it can... just go through a loop throughout the store. So you walk in, you might see your friends and neighbors with the dandy or something really small. We don't care. We just want fish pictures. So please post them at our Minno-ette Facebook page.
Or email them to manager@minno-ette.com or DM us on Instagram.
There you go. I can tell you already have one foot out the door. You're on your way to Florida, aren't you? Should we call that episode 2?
Yes. Yeah,
All right, there
that's
you
a
go.
wrap.
Episode 2 of the Minno-ette Podcast.
We'll catch you next time.